Welcome back to Hannity. So earlier today, the president visited a Baltimore mosque and consoled Muslims across America for the way that they've been treated by their fellow Americans. Watch this.
So the first thing I want to say is two words that Muslim Americans don't hear often enough, and that is thank you. Your entire community so often is targeted or blamed for the violent acts of the very few. And of course, recently we've heard inexcusable political rhetoric against Muslim Americans. Around the country, women wearing the hijab, just like Saba, have been targeted. We've seen children bullied. We've seen mosques vandalized. When any part of our family starts to feel separate in class or targeted, it tears at the very fabric of our nation. For more than 1,000 years, people have been drawn to Islam's message of peace. And the very word itself, Islam, comes from salam, peace.
Here was reaction from the Islamic House of Wisdom, Imam Muhammad Ali Allahi, and the president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy, Zuhdi Jasser. Imam, let me ask you a question. Is it legitimate for, because I don't know what inexcusable rhetoric that the president specifically is talking about. I wish he would have been more specific, but is it legitimate criticism to go after radical Islamists? Is it legitimate criticism to go after many Muslim countries that have atrocious human rights records towards women and gays and lesbians and don't allow freedom of worship? You can't build a synagogue or a church. Is that legitimate criticism of Islam under Islamic law, Sharia, Islamic countries?
Sean, before answering this question, I think now that's your turn to bring a Fox News and Hannity show to Islamic House of Wisdom. Our building is not as big as Baltimore building, but we have magnificent members. And don't be worried about Sharia law. We have more shawarma than Sharia in Dearborn, by the way. So
Muslim
don't be
countries. So my question to you all, ask it again. Yeah. Is it legitimate to criticize radical Islamists and criticize Muslim countries that have atrocious human rights records towards women, gays and lesbians, and religious minorities? Is that legitimate to you?
If you let me answer, I would answer that, Sean. Today, after listening to the president, I'm more proud than ever of the potential of our people.
Did I ask you if you're proud?
The power of points of presidents.
So you won't answer.
The power of diplomacy, the power of dignity is much more forceful than the atomic bomb if we mean making relationship, partnership,
I'll finish one more time.
Dialogue. If we mean this, if you mean war and warmongering, then that's another issue. May God guide us.
Right.
But if you mean a relationship, that was a very powerful message.
You didn't answer one single question I've asked you, so I'll go to Dr. Jasser. Dr. Jasser, is it legitimate to criticize radical Islamists? Is it legitimate to criticize the life of minorities in Muslim countries under Sharia, which is so oppressive? Is that legitimate to you?
Yeah, not only is it legitimate, if you're going to treat Muslims as equals and treat us as adults and not infantilize us, absolutely you need to do that. And by the way, the mosque he went to, he has the same paradigm with Iran and Saudi Arabia. Like you mentioned, he calls them Islamic, but ISIS isn't Islamic. He goes to a mosque where just 2 years ago they had a sermon from Yasin Sheikh who basically said that homosexuals are deviants, they need to be eradicated from society, they separate men and women there. We had Muslims from the Reform movement outside that mosque today protesting, saying, you know, listen, we Muslims want to be held accountable to the same principles you hold your Christian brothers and sisters, Jewish, Sikh, etc. But yet we're treated like children, and meanwhile imams like Mr. Allahi are worried about shawarma and insulting Americans and not applying the reform that we need to have.
What about I'm not insulting. I'm very proud of our people.
You're repeating yourself.
Proud of being American citizens.
You're joking around about something that's radicalizing Muslims.
Doctor, I'm in agreement 100% when you mentioned Saudi Arabia. I'm saying now, Mr. President.
How about Iran? Do you agree with me on Iran?
Let me finish. Time to turn this vision to work. Let us turn this talk to work, and let us put these ideas in action. And Mr. President, you are worried
Are you
about
against
the
all
youth.
theocracy?
I'm talking
How
about
about
everything.
separating
Please,
men and women in mosques?
Let me finish. Let me finish, please.
Answer his
I'm saying
question,
that for
Imam.
President
Imam.
to pick up your telephone today
answer
and
Zudi's question.
And call King Salman
Answer
and tell
Zudi's
him
question.
to stop. I'm answering your
No,
question.
you're not. You haven't answered a single question.
You know, Sean, is
Not
it the
one.
way that you listen to your pastor? I don't know. I mean, I'm an imam.
You're
Is it
talking the way the
you deal with
Khomeini is
your
talking in
pastor?
Iran.
You know, I'm talking as an imam.
Oh, I
please.
should
not
allow
my
you to. Imam, I have a question. Do you find Islam oppressive to women, to gays and lesbians, and to religious minorities in predominantly Muslim countries, in many of them?
If any time Islam was used for oppression, injustice, that's not Islam. If it is not
Can you
peace, it's
name the
not
countries?
Islam.
'Cause I
If it is
can.
not justice, it's not Islam. If it is Saudi, it's
This
not
is
Islam.
doublespeak.
Anywhere
How about
you
Iran?
see,
How about
anywhere,
Iran? Khomeini, you seem to be selectively.
If Iran exercises injustice, I criticize Iran as well. I am for
so
truth. I am for justice.
You're saying
I'm not
if,
for
but
it's
caveat.
Principle. Now
No
you see
principle.
any time you go.
Do you think
from
women should be at the back of the mosque?
Please,
Do you
let
think
me
women
finish.
have a right
Answer
to
that
disagree with
question.
you?
Of course, has the right. Yeah.
Do you
of
think
course.
women should be at the back of the mosque, Imam, like they were in this mosque that he went to insult
Muslim
Muslims?
women
That's
in
the
our
standard.
board, the Muslims, women are part of the board, even chairing our board
All right,
meeting.
we gotta go.
What are you
they-
talking about?
Zudi, thank you for